What it does do, everybody. Today I'm exploring something that has been particularly interesting to me. Americans and geography. All over my YouTube shorts, I see videos of Americans being unable to name a country.
Oh, I'm sorry. I failed geography. Anyways.
Let alone point to it on a map. You ever see them Jimmy Kimmel videos where they walk up to a random American and ask them where South Korea is?
Can you name any country on this map?
Honestly, my geography is so horrible.
And then they sit there dumb for 20 seconds and point to the USA.
Is it South Africa?
Yeah, we've all seen it. For those of you not aware, I am American. Born and raised in Michigan. To me, I never really saw the point of pointing to countries on a map, and I never really saw it as a particularly difficult part of my history tests. My earliest memory of caring about geography was in 3rd grade. We were having a test to label all of the US states, and my father promised me an expensive Lego set if I did well. I ended up getting 49 out of 50 on that test. That's right, 49 out of 50. I didn't even mislabel a state. I just forgot to label Delaware among the fill-in-the-blank gibberish. To this day, I still hate Delaware. I thought I did bad, and I was pretty sad. I thought I wasn't going to get the Lego set. However, to the surprise of my 3rd grade brain, a 95% was in fact not bad. I ended up getting the Endor set. It was awesome. Beyond that, I think we did Canadian provinces in 6th grade, and Europe, Africa, and Asia in world history during like 10th and 11th grade. Never really touched on oceanic countries and islands. Now, obviously, at this point, I'm far removed from high school. I just graduated college back in May, so it's really been like 4 or 5, maybe 6 years since I've actually been taught geography. It wasn't really a gen ed in college, so I was spared that. So, I mean, history aside, let's get into the main point of this video. Basically, I'm here to show y'all there's at least one American that knows where all the countries are in the world. I don't know right now, but I will by the end of the video. So let's start with a warm-up. All the US states, and then we can move on to countries. Alrighty, so, Kansas, there. Montana, New Hampshire, from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Iowa, Virginia, Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Michigan, North Carolina, Kentucky, Oregon, Tennessee, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Louisiana, Washington, California, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, Connecticut, Mississippi, Illinois, Maine, Wyoming, Nevada, Vermont, Hawaii, Utah, Idaho, Indiana, Colorado, North Dakota, New York, Ohio, Missouri, Maryland, South Dakota, Mexico, South Carolina, Arizona, Delaware, that fucking state, Massachusetts, Alaska, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Texas, Georgia, Minnesota. Not bad. I mean, 2 minutes. Could be a lot faster. I had to think about some of them, but I mean, yeah. Alright, so I did all the world nations real quick, just as simple parameters, see where I'm at. I recorded this a little bit while ago, so it's probably gonna be a jump in here. Yeah, so disregard this time. This probably took me maybe 20-ish minutes to do. I had to really think about some of them. So you see, we got 65%. So I got most of North America. South America wasn't too difficult. I struggled a bit with Central Europe. And I was confusing Sweden and Norway. That's unfortunate. The Middle East was a little bit sloppy. Asia was a bit of a mixed bag. I struggled with the smaller ones, like Myanmar and over here. These island nations, I'm not going to be able to get these without practice. I honestly, they're like, I could look right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's like 19 to like 20 of these. Like you need to know the order. It's hard to really memorize. Man, this is block 1. That's block 2 right there. Oh, there's sharper block 3. Like you can't really you gotta remember the exact position. Other than that, and then Africa, struggled with northwest Africa. The South, I was good. I recall in 6th grade having a project about Zambia, so I wasn't too worried about that. And one of my friends did Zimbabwe, so Zimbabwe's right there. I was fine with that. So yeah, other than that, I mean, wasn't incredibly surprising. Most of those island countries are what's swaying this percentage. So I think what I need to do first and foremost is let's practice Let's practice Europe for a little bit. Then move on to Africa, Asia, and then see if we can get these island countries out of the way. It's probably going to be pretty difficult. See what I can do. Alrighty. So I'm going to need to remember. Okay, so Slovakia, Greece, Albania, Serbia, Serbia, there. Right here. Yes, sir. And this is Switzerland, so this is Austria, Denmark. Alright, so Kosovo, Montenegro, Romania, this, no, that's not here. Okay. So we have to Spain, Belarus right there, Switzerland, Croatia, Slovenia, Slovakia, okay. Poland, Ukraine, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, Estonia, Finland, Moldova, Montenegro, Malta, Sweden, Luxembourg, that's all right there. Iceland, Portugal, Russia, Hungary, France, Vatican City, Bulgaria, Latvia, Italy, San Marino, Belgium, Cyprus, Estonia, and Andorra. So 96%, not bad. Definitely want to gun for 100%, so I'm gonna need to practice this a little bit. Ah, damn. That's Hungary. Slovakia, Hungary. I gotta get that. So Slovakia is next to Romania. Yeah, in about a minute. Not bad. Alright, so I'm feeling pretty good about Europe right now. Let's move on to Africa. That'll be much more difficult. Alrighty, let's get into it. Okay, so 74% in 4 minutes. That isn't too bad. Definitely could use some work. Oh, Ben's right here. Okay. So 89 and 230. Definitely a huge improvement. Alright, so that was actually very good. So Liberia right here. Liberia is right next to the Ivory Coast to the left of it. You can use that to remember. Equatorial Guinea. It's a really small one right there by Gabon. Then it goes Ghana, Togo, Benin. Lesotho, then Eswatini. Algeria up top. Angola down bottom. Algeria up top, Angola down bottom. That's not it. Wait, no. Is it? That is. It's not. No, this was it. Ah. Botswana. Sudan, Republic of the Congo. Zimbabwe. Guinea. Guinea's right there. Seychelles. Democratic. Cameroon. Sierra Leone. Comoros. And Kenya. There you go. That didn't take too long. I mean, what was that, like 10 or maybe 15 minutes of practice? I mean, it really doesn't take that long, guys. It really doesn't take that long. Of course, I started with a bit of more base knowledge than most people, but I mean, honestly, you just keep practicing. You just pull up one of these quizzes, you practice it, you'll have it down within the hour, guaranteed. I mean, unless memory isn't your thing, I mean, you just make mnemonic devices like that, man. Like Algeria up top, Angola down bottom. It helps so much, because once you start to piece together where some of these are on the map, I mean, really all the pieces start to fall together. Like, if you like, you know, Chad's a funny word. If you remember where Chad is, you can use Chad as a device to remember where things are. So you can remember, hey, Sudan's to the east of Chad, Niger's to the left of Chad, now Libya's up. I mean, I usually remember it like Libya's to the left of Egypt. So I mean, whatever's in your mind that works, I mean, to use it. Memory's not so black and white. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can memorize things. You just have to look at it and use the best thing to your knowledge. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what this is. This is a little bit of pattern recognition and memory. I guess next up we gotta move on to Asia. I'm interested. Okay, good. It does include all that down there. That's perfect. Okay. I mean, yeah, guys. I mean, if you're wondering how long I've been recording for a total of about 30 minutes. I mean, I mean, you can figure it out on your own. I mean, it doesn't take too long. I mean, if you had a base knowledge about geography already, and you know where most of these places were when you were in school, I guarantee you could figure out where every country is within a couple of hours. I bet you could do it. There we go. So 87% in 5 minutes. That definitely took me a long time, but 87% is not bad. It's definitely something we can work with. So what was my device? Uzbekistan on top, Uzbekistan below. U on top. Yeah, let's go with U on top. U on top, I like that. Yeah, there we go. 100% in about 3 minutes. Huge improvement. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty much good. I'm pretty much good at Asia. So now we get to the hard part. The islands. Not even. I'm sure there are quizzes for this. It's gonna be very difficult. I think it's good. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down this one. So Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago's the bottom. You might remember that. Antigua and Barbuda. Okay, so Antigua and Barbuda is actually pretty much at the top of these. So it's opposite Trinidad and Tobago. Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago opposites. Okay, you're not confused them, but. So St. Kitts and Nevis is Jamaica is below that. St. Kitts and Nevis. Okay, St. Kitts and Nevis, right next to it. St. Kitts and Nevis, right next to Antigua and Barbuda. That's Cuba. St. Lucia's right here in the middle. St. Lucia's right in the middle of all of them. Trinidad and Tobago's bottom. And then Jamaica's above St. Lucia. Barbados is all the way out. Jamaica above the right. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is above Trinidad and Tobago. No, it's not. It's actually below St. Lucia. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines is below St. Lucia. Bahamas. And Grenada is above Trinidad and Tobago. And Jamaica here. 65. That's easily my worst so far. It's honestly really unfortunate that I don't know these, because Assassin's Creed Black Flag is one of my favorites, and it was in the Indies. I mean, then again, I don't know how many of these places you actually go to in the game, or whether you go to all of them, but... Okay, so St. Lucia's right here, no. Jamaica's above St. Lucia. St. Kitts and Nevis is next to Antigua and Barbuda. Jamaica. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm going to Trinidad and Tobago's bottom. He was there. Trinidad and Tobago. Antigua and Barbuda's right there. We see that one. Haiti. Barbados outside. Grenada above Trinidad and Tobago. Bahamas. And St. Vincent and Grenadines above. Grenadine above Grenada. Grenadine above Grenada. Grenadine above Grenada. There we go. 100%. It only took a couple of tries. Now, of course, will I remember those mnemonic devices going forward when I actually do a full quiz? That's the real question. Grenadines, Republic, Grenada, Bahama, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Jamaica, Antigua, Trinidad, Dominica, Cuba, Haiti, Barbados. 18 seconds, there we go. I think I got it. For those of you wondering, been recording for 48 minutes. So in about an hour, I've gone through pretty much all the countries, damn near. This is perfect. Okay. So, Tuvalu is, what is Vanuatu? What is Fiji? So Tuvalu here. No, it's not. Okay, so Tuvalu's out in the center. Tuvalu above Fiji. Every state is better. Yeah, guys know what's talking about. Cardi-B is, it's talking about. Fiji, that's the border. Kiribati right here, I believe. The Solomon Islands. So Solomon Islands is next to Cardi-B. Okay, Vanuatu. Oh, no, I mean, I got you, Vanuatu. Nauru is right here. No, the Marshall Islands. Nauru is in the middle. Okay. So Samoa is right here. So Samoa above Tonga. The Marshall Islands are all the way up there. And Palau is all the way to the left. The Fiji are in Australia. So 70%, not great, not terrible. I think we can get this down pretty quickly. I believe the Marshall Islands is right next to Micronesia, so MM. Tuvalu. Okay, so this is Kiribati right here. These are the Solomon Islands. And this is Tuvalu towards right above Fiji. Yeah, right above Fiji. So Tuvalu above Fiji. Did that about a minute. So yeah, I mean, at this point, I've successfully done every single country. Now, of course, I have to I have to do the full map. Now, am I ready to start that now? Been recording for about 54 minutes. I'd like to practice this a couple more times, and then I guess we can move on to the full map. "30 seconds. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the main map. Not sure how many tries it'll take me, but I feel like we have all the resources here to successfully complete this. Actually, before that, I would like to just refresh myself on South America real quick, just so I get the countries in my mind for South America. Brazil, Chile, Suriname's in the middle, Colombia, PU, Ecuador, Paraguay, French Guiana. See, this is why I was so confused in the main quiz, because this is just labeled as French, or as France. But this is French Guiana. And this is actual Guyana. Bolivia, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru. Okay, so yeah, I got that. Ooh, another one I see is continents. People don't know how many fucking continents there are. Okay, we got North America there, Antarctica there. Alright, we got Africa there, Europe here, Australia, South America, Asia. There you go, in case you wanted to know the continents. There you go, buddy. Alright, I just want to make sure my camera doesn't cut off anything. Just gonna move it to the right here. Alrighty, so let's see what we can do. Let's restart. Wait right there. Hungary, right there. Grenada is right there. Tonga is right here. Iceland is there. Iraq is right here. Egypt, Lebanon, Rosie, it's right there. Yeah, no, that's Lebanon's right there. Alright, so Kenya, Monaco, Panama, Mozambique, this is Nicaragua, India, Namibia, Libya right here. Okay, Slovakia, this is Slovenia. I'm sorry, Peru, Suriname, Mongolia, Afghanistan, Germany, El Salvador, really small. Got it. Alright, so Tajikistan is right here. Tanzania is right there. Greece, Bolivia right there. St. Kitts and Nevis right here. Kazakhstan, right here. Bahrain is below Qatar. Bahrain is above Qatar. Alright, well that's the first mistake. Very good start so far, so I'll be restarting. Need to get 100%. Oh man, that sucks. Alright. So that was Northern Macedonia, this was Montenegro. I couldn't really tell what the dot was pointing to. That's kind of unfortunate. Well, let's try again. If I fail on this run, I'll zoom in for you guys. Make it a little bit easier to see. Is it? Yeah, it's right here. No, it's Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is at the center. Guinea-Bissau is the one up here. The small one. Okay. Okay, so let's zoom in for you guys, so you can see a little bit better. Been recording for about an hour and 11 minutes now, so should have this done within the hour. Malawi, it's right there. Poland, Canada, Madagascar, Japan, Switzerland, Romania, right there. Malaysia, Sierra Leone, Zambia, Belarus, is right here. Netherlands, Bolivia, Botswana, San Marino, it's right there. Portugal, Indonesia, Fiji, Republic of Congo, Guatemala, St. Kitts, St. Vincent, Mali, right here. Okay, Lebanon, can't see right there. Cuba, Belize, small right there. Barbados, Bahrain is right there. Trinidad, China, Egypt, Mauritius, Vanuatu, Burundi, right there. Kyrgyzstan, right here. Jamaica, Italia, Mongolia, Kuwait, New Zealand, Singapore, Guinea-Bissau, it's right there. Philippines, the Gambia, right there. Finland, UAE, Bulgaria, Uzbekistan, Benin, so we're right there. India, Senegal, South Africa, Somalia, Indonesia right there. Palau is right here. Andorra's right there. The Republic of Congo is right here. Starting to fade on those. Maldives, Russia, Nigeria, top. Australia, Brunei, right here. Turkmenistan is right there. Saudi Arabia, Spain. Some islands are right here. Guinea, Syria's right there. Moldova, Ghana. Oh, not Syria, some names on that one. Pakistan, right there. Yemen, Bahamas, Mauritania, right there. Nauru, Gabon, East Timor, Syria's right there. Nicaragua, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Mexico, Paraguay, Cameroon, Eritrea, South Korea, Costa Rica, Ukraine, Mexico, Ukraine, Germany, Thailand is right there. Colombia right here. Colombia, the UK, Turkey, Laos is right there. Mozambique, Luxembourg is right here. Haiti right here. Argentina right there. United States right there. Got Monaco right here. Chile, Panama, Brazil, Honduras right there. Cambodia, Tunisia, Samoa right here. Pakistan, Liechtenstein is a small right here. And North Korea, the Dominican Republic right here. El Salvador right there. The United right here. Lithuania right there. Tuvalu, thinking about St. Lucia is towards the middle. What's the name now? Tar's right here. Slovenia's right there. Myanmar. Jordan is right here. Okay, back right here. Venezuela, Uruguay. Cape Verde right here. Alright, so Togo. Yes, Togo, Benin. Yeah. Iceland, Bhutan, right here. Niger. South Sudan. That's Equatorial Guinea, right there. Got Norway right here. Ivory Coast. Angola. Peru. South Africa, Guinea, some Marshall Islands. English, Azerbaijan's right here, Seychelles, Israel, Malta, Armenia, Northern Macedonia, Denmark, no, it's again. I don't think I'm doing this. Morocco, Austria is right there. Croatia, Namibia, Suriname, Cyprus, Uganda, Greece, Rwanda, France, Tobago. This is Tobago. Bosnia, Guyana, 100% leave this one. Alright, Djibouti, Singapore again, Kenya, Estonia, Ethiopia, Argentina, Lesotho, Singapore again, Thailand, Georgia, Chad, Honduras, Ireland, Papua New Guinea, right here, Ghana. So this is Niger. So this has to be Ghana. Or this is Nigeria. I don't know why I confuse those two. Czech Republic, Sweden, Comoros, Cyprus, Sri Lanka, Germany, Ecuador, and Honduras, CA, Belgium, Latvia, Vietnam. I think Honduras. So okay, whatever it is. Green is the place. Green's not actually Iraq. Didn't take one There's something today. There's something. Okay, so I here. I'll leave it there. St. Lucia, Jamaica, St. Lucia. So we say here. Jamaica is above St. Lucia. And the Grenadines is right there. There you go. 100%. Well, there you go, boys. Been recording for about an hour and 23 minutes. That's an American learning where all the countries are in the world in about an hour and 24 minutes. Like I said, I always find it funny that people roast Americans for not knowing geography. I mean, I guess I could kind of understand, because, I mean, it deadass only took me an hour and 24 minutes to figure out all this stuff on top of the information I already, knew. But, honestly, what's the point of roasting people for, knowledge they can learn in a fucking hour? I mean, honestly, you could learn a lot of things in an hour. I mean, this wasn't particularly difficult. Now, I will say this. If you're trying to do the same thing for the flags, I actually think that's much more impressive. Because unlike this, where you can actually use, pattern recognition and, what countries next to each other and all that, flags, you don't have that. You just have to memorize colors and symbols. And most of the time, those symbols don't mean anything to you because you're not from that country. So then you're just memorizing colors in a particular order. And it's not very easy. I mean, obviously, there's the popular countries, but once you get into, Africa, in Asia, and all these, micro-state countries that are islands, holy shit, you've never seen some of these flags before in your life. You can't believe it. They're putting flags in flags from other countries. Sometimes they're just not even creative, and they just make the same fucking flag for two countries. And they flip the colors or something. It's not easy. Anyway, so that's it, man. Maybe if this video gets some good reception, I'll do the all flags one. That'll take me probably maybe more than a day. That one's tough. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all the countries, or 193 of them. These are the UN recognized countries. That pretty much wraps up this video. American learning where all the countries in the world are. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.
Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's roleplay. I wear disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream.